It's good to have you join us on AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. I am Merciful Ajinomo. Leaders of the Economic Community of West African States on Thursday appointed Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari to lead the battle against the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic in the sub-region. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, confirmed this to newsmen at the end of the extraordinary summit of ECOWAS heads of state and government. Adesina disclosed that the regional leaders discussed the challenges posed by COVID-19 and how best to tackle the deadly virus. Still on the pandemic, the Federal Capital Territory Administration in Nigeria has raised an alarm over the influx of beggars into the territory from neighboring states in spite of the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown in the nation's capital. The Minister of State for FCT, Dr. Ramatu Aliyu, while monitoring the disbursement of palliative items at Tungamaje community in Gwagwalada Area Council, stressed that the FCT is not a dumping ground for beggars and therefore warned that anyone caught aiding and abetting the breach of containment protocols would be made to face dire consequences. The minister said she received information on Wednesday night that trucks are offloading destitute persons at the boundaries of the FCT and in some of its suburbs. Ikaru Atta, the chairman of the FCT enforcement team on movement restriction, promised that security would be tightened around the boundaries of the capital. Still on the coronavirus pandemic, the National Youth Service Corps members in Bauchi State on Thursday donated cartons of face masks and liquid soap they had manufactured to the state government. The state NYSC coordinator Namadi Abubakar mentioned that in addition to these innovations, the NYSC members enlightened the people of the state on how to protect themselves from the coronavirus as part of their community development service. State Deputy Governor and Chairman of the Task Force on COVID-19, Baba Taylor, appreciated the gesture, saying that it demonstrated patriotism and selflessness. The Coordinator Defense Media Operations Nigeria, Major General John Eneche, said fighter jets of the Air Task Force of Operation Lafia Dole have scored another bullseye against the Boko Haram terrorists. Eneche said based on credible intelligence and reconnaissance missions, the Air Force destroyed compounds housing Boko Haram terrorist leaders at Bulawa on the fringes of the Sambisa forest in Borno on April 21. He revealed that terrorists occupying the compounds were neutralized in the attack and Boko Haram fighters who attempted to reposition to engage the attacking aircraft were defeated in follow-on attacks by the jets. And in foreign news, scientists in the United Kingdom this Thursday begin human trials of a potential coronavirus vaccine, though the government warns it could have to rely on social distancing measures until next year, assuming no vaccine or treatment is found before then. The human vaccine trial was developed by scientists at Oxford University's Jenner Institute. Sarah Gilbert, a professor of vaccinology at Oxford University, said she was 80% confident that the vaccine being developed by her team would work, with the hope that about 1 million doses could be ready by September. The Oxford vaccine candidate is made from a harmless chimpanzee virus and has been given to more than 320 people to date and has proved to be safe and well tolerated, although it can cause temporary side effects such as a temperature, headache or sore arm. Uganda and Rwanda have taken delivery of 2 mobile diagnostic labs to help fight the coronavirus pandemic, the first in a network of German-funded units for East Africa. Public Investing Bank KFW board in a statement this Thursday said while the project to procure the labs and train staff has been underway since 2018 and they are arriving at exactly the right moment to help with fighting the virus. He added that more of the mobile units for speedy and modern diagnosis of the infectious disease will arrive in the 6 countries of the East African Community region in the coming days. You're watching AD4 TV Radio News Update. We'll go on a short break now. More stories when we return this day.
As the world faces the challenge of the coronavirus pandemic and governments around the world are racing against time, AD4 TV Radio thanks you all for doing your part to stop the spread of the disease. Be safe at home and practice hygiene. Protect yourself and others. Do not panic. Do not self-medicate. Listen to all preventive advice and stay at home, as well as maintain social distancing. Say no to fake news. Get authentic updates from the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19. the Federal Ministry of Health, the NCDC, and of course, AD4 TV Radio, your credible and reliable channel. Please stay safe to save others.
You're welcome back. The World Health Organization's Regional Director for Africa, Dr. Matshidiso Moeti, on Thursday, during the WHO COVID-19 Africa media briefing said Africa now has over 25,000 reported COVID-19 cases. She said South Africa, Algeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire and Guinea have recorded the highest number of cases and are the most affected by the pandemic in the African region. Moeti commended Nigeria for its efforts at curbing the spread of COVID-19, though there were concerns about some of the methods being adopted. She encouraged government to follow data and work in ways that are evidence-based. And the European Union's medicines regulator on Thursday warned countries that malaria drugs used experimentally to treat the novel coronavirus have serious side effects like seizures and heart problems. The European Medicines Agency in a statement said chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine, the two medicines embraced by United States President Donald Trump and others as potential COVID-19 treatments, are known to cause heart rhythm problems, especially if combined with other drugs. The United Kingdom police have seized 190 kilograms of cocaine with an estimated street value of £19 million at the port of Dover. The National Crime Agency in a press release said 3 people were arrested following seizures from 2 separate trucks at the Channel port. Police officers found 140 kilograms of cocaine in a truck carrying a shipment of paper and card from the Netherlands and 50 kilograms in a second truck carrying toy building blocks. Gerrit van Ekkerveld from Nijmegen in the Netherlands was arrested by Border Force officers and was charged with importing cocaine. 2 Czech nationals were arrested on suspicion for the 50-kilogram shipment but were later released and remain under investigation. The southern English town of Dover is one of the main crossings into mainland Europe. It is linked to France by ferries to the ports of Calais and Dunkirk, as well as the Channel Tunnel rail link under the English Channel. Talking sports, the English Premier League secretary Oliver Dowden said the league is considering screening some behind-closed-doors matches on free-to-air television in Britain when the season restarts. Oliver Dowden said there had been productive conversations with sporting bodies about how activities would resume in the event that restrictions are relaxed. He added that the EPL had talked with the police, health authorities and local government as part of planning for a potential resumption. That's it on AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our social media platforms at AD4 TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4 TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Merciful Ajinomo.